Alright, so I was given the option to try out this low budget repair by Gray RGB Gaming's. Is that correct? Gray 2 RGB. It's the studio. Thank you for letting me try this. I've played around with it a little bit, so I understand the very basics. I have a few issues that I would like to share with you to see how some problems that may be improved upon. So we'll get right into this. I'll also show you a few things that I like too. Alright, so you are very clear on carrying light objects. They pick up the object, throw it away, that sort of stuff. You're very clear right here. And when we go in here, it's stuff like use the radio menu to find a trowel and use it on the bucket, which is conveniently placed right here. What I don't really like is how slow it adds plaster to... I work in construction myself, so you can really junk that right into place, so... If there's like a way to get like a better trowel that increases the spread speed, sure. Yeah. But it's not the worst thing in the world. I can live with this, no problem. And then it goes on to tell me how to paint. You have the paintbrush. Come over here. I do like the little mini game you got going for this. Perfect. Good enough. I would imagine that we're on a time limit, that we gotta get out of here before the contract, the person who gave us the contract gets back or whatever, and makes us do the rest of it. So. They also talk about diluting it, but I don't have anything to dilute it with. What I kind of wish I could see is, say, we take this to the bathroom, and I just like put it in the bathtub or what have you, and then dilute it that way. Because currently, the way you have it is I've got to go to the store and buy a bottle of water. So, I like what you got going on here. It says put this fluid onto the wall, but if I do that, I think it counts. Yeah, it counts as hanging the Fantasyland painting, even though I didn't hang it at all. I'm okay with that. That's fine. It's sweeping it under the rug. It's fine. And they say, take these and put them in the, put them out there. Oh, I gotta take these guys out. Get out of here. Okay. Then it says to place the rug on the bottom here. What threw me off a lot was the button that uses to pick it up and to place it down just picks it up and puts it down. So I was hoping that the same interaction should be applicable, where I could say hold it to unroll it, but instead it's a whole different button altogether. So it's the right mouse button. So if I would have picked, if I'm going to interact with something, I would expect it to remain the same interact button, if that makes sense. Yep. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's okay. Oh, I'm gonna take this cup out of here. Get out of here. That conveniently serves another problem that I would like to see fixed. So, we were given 100 trash bags. If I were to grab this, we'll see the problem in a minute. Is I gotta pixel hunt for these items. What we should do is either the option of say pixel hunting, or maybe hold the interact button and I like sweep up all the items within, I don't know, 1 meter, 3 feet of me or something. So but it's just a thought. It's just some ideas that I can offer you guys. It also told me to hang it to the right of the door. I played around with like funny ideas of this and just put it right here. It's fine. Ah, that counts. Okay. Yeah, I'm okay with that. That's fine. But then clean up the trash. I like how it only talked about this trash. So theoretically, any of the other trash inside my that I did in the living room doesn't apply. That's fine with me. I'm okay with it. Place it in the bedroom. Oh, so extra fold. Again, as I was saying, it's a different interaction button for unfolding it and folding it back up. It should remain the same. After all, you already have it kind of sorted. I can pick up any item with the same button. But this, if I want to pick this guy up, it's a different button altogether. So it's a small thing, very small thing. And this mission is technically completed, so we have to. You made sure it. I can't scroll down on that. I can't read this. Can't drag it up or anything like that. With that being said, there's also no real indicator that I had to talk with the phone. Whoops. Fine. It's fine. Anyway, there's no real indicator that I had to talk with the phone to finish the job. So I discovered that almost by accident. I assume you're gonna fix that later, so it's not the worst thing in the world. So we'll go ahead and finish it. Just wanted to teach you about some different mechanics. Specifically hang a mirror by the sink in the bathroom. This guy. I think all I did was I unscrewed that. I picked this guy up. And it counts. Perfect. Right through the window. I'm okay with that. And it says buy a bunch of stuff, Clean up and take care of the trash. Yeah, we can do that real quick. The little theme song you guys got going, I enjoy it. That's get repetitive after like the 14th time I've heard it though, so I imagine that you guys got more songs coming on the way. Yeah. That to be said with any song that you put out there. It doesn't matter if it's the greatest song in the world. If you listen to it 56 times in a row, it's gonna get a little stale real quick. Alright, so buddy, patch the holes in the wall. Oh yeah, we gotta disassemble this guy. Yep, that's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Get it out of there. The little emoji thing is very hard to do. Because I'm spinning the wheel, but it only changed twice. Yep. It's fine. Oh. I'll do some edits later to cut these loading screens out too. I like the little car that you guys got going on here. I do like the little camper. It's definitely been added to it. I like the little screen that you guys where I just bumped into a one of the bollards. Excellent. Yeah, so what do we need? A shopping cart would be nice, but I can't interact with them. I would assume that would be coming in the full version. For now, I can live with that. We need plastic compound. Need a bucket. I'm familiar with I do like construction myself, so I understand a little bit of it. Now I can buy the pre-made plaster or to make my own. So alright, we need fresh basil. Fresh basil, we got this guy. Okay, so I need to buy. I would do it like a little search bar where I could. Oh, no. Yeah. Bathroom shelf. I assume that meant it went back to the job site. I'm not. If that's Polish, I don't know it. I don't speak both languages. My soap holder. This guy, buy that. My Syria wardrobe. There we go. Bought the putty. Bought the first basil. Modern style executive lounge. It would also, if you can't put a search bar here, maybe perhaps just a yellow outline or an outline of some sort that's related to our objectives. So, and the coater. Oh, coat hanger. So that would be like this. There we go. All right. And hopefully I got everything. I think that you should flip the vehicle and up against this bollard like the splash out loading screen is. Little minor things. I'm not gonna trash you for a small little thing like that. Okay. You described very clearly that I gotta dismantle, which I've already done here. The screwdriver, assemble, and then you just put, not all furniture can be dismantled. I gotta have all the boxes close to each other. Yep, it's fine. Okay, that one's done. I like that you actually have to try to move the furniture, the heavier stuff, and whatever corner that you grab it from, you can influence that side better than the rest. I like that. That's it. Yep, it's fine. Alright. 9. Drop that there. I like how you say well balanced or whatever. And that one's empty. I hate that I have to pick it up so it's unable to be poured. That's fine. Ah, so you won't even let me try to put it up with improper. I tried. It would make sense for the theme of this game to dilute all your materials. Is that screw getting in the way? I hope it doesn't. Yeah, I work in construction a little bit. It shouldn't take me this long to plaster up a hole. It's just barely more than the other, just scraping it into the hole. It might be because of poor ratios that I did try to dilute it, but it should be the opposite. It should be runny. I feel like it should be closer to the minigame with the paintbrush, rather than hold it there and it just fills up. Okay. I'll pick it back up. Nope. Ain't bad. Oh. It's very clear that when you can paint it, it's white, but you should still be able to paint over when it's not, what's the word, properly plastered. And it would fit your theme too, so you're trying to get this done with the least amount of material in the most minimal amount of time as possible. So yeah, sure, just cover up the book, slap some paint on whatever was left on it, and then get out of there before the landlord gets back. I still think you should be able to paint over it. I think you should be able to paint over the book itself. So the plastering, not my favorite. Not saying that don't do it, it's the worst thing ever. No, none of that. But it could use some improvement. I like how I leave a mess on the floor. That part's good. But why is the water like painty blue? That's enough. Paint. But you see what I'm saying? No amount of paint, I can't get over the place that's not properly plastered. And paint is definitely the ultimate. Let's hide the problem, not fix the problem. I'm not gonna worry about getting it perfect. That's not the spirit of this game. I like the idea that it's over here where I made the mess, whatever. Nope, can't fix it. In fact, I made it worse by putting the wrong color paint on it. It's fine. Mine. Okay. Wait, not wanting that. This is the still food. You want it on the right side. CD. Perfect. This is the still light. You want it on the left side. That's over here, I believe. Yep. Wait. Carriage. Okay. I like how my plastered hand is on the window. Made a stain on the window. I don't want that. You to go over there. Oh yeah. Right, up. Out. Good enough. I should not have done that. That was definitely glitchy, but it's okay. Okay, don't want that. Alright, so they want the total. Digit. Yeah, you're very clear on mounting modes. Yeah. I like how I was able to put this like right here and it liked it. Yep. Theoretically, it could never enter the house again. Yeah. Yep, it's fine. It's holding up the mirror. I like that. And then up here, I thought I could be funny and just put it above the water heater. Once again, I'm using the interact button instead of clicking. There we go. That count? That count. Okay, we're done here. Excellent. This one I struggled with. So if it says if you hold this, you can see all the wires. That's not a problem. They want you to fix a wire here. So we can remove the wire, it tosses it on the floor, that's fine. And then we pop this every, oh, I didn't hold the fuse. Yeah, it's fine. And then they wanted to buy a lamp and put it over here. I'll show you the problem I have with this little mini game in a minute once I get that up and running. So they wanted this desert storm in the bedroom. So they want it rough about right here, but what I ended up doing was the funny. I did this, I like the, and just did that. Ew, yikes, nope, I want nothing to do with that, yuck. And then did that. Oh, almost. And then I just set it back down the way I found it. There we go. Perfect. Thank you, chandelier. You should have definitely been ripped off the ceiling with that much weight on it. Patch the holes in the walls and ceiling after connecting the cables. Buy a tube lamp. Buy a Ligma lamp. Okay. And blue wave tiles. Lay out the floor in the bathroom at this side, I believe. Yeah. There we go. I like the smiley face. I didn't see that the first time I walked around here. That was cute. Okay, so let's go ahead and put in tiles. Okay, no problem. So let's go ahead and I like if I were in a different community every time. Oh. Oh. Can't play in the playground. I wonder. Let me bought you a game. Let me try it. What happens? I can't read that. Oh. Alright, so you got decent wall barriers in place. No problem. I haven't done any of that. I haven't tried to like get under your wall or anything like that. I was just curious if I could. There is something stopping me right here. Invisible wall of some sort. There's like a small little square blocking me right here. The collision on this floor down there is great, but I'm able to also go right through this head. That little corner might need a little TLC. It's fine. Not the worst thing in the world. Don't think anyone would notice unless they did something like I did and just tried. Okay. You got an invisible wall going on there. Now, one thing I wish you could do. I understand that this place is going to be like staffed with people and everything. There'll be some customers running the registers and, or sorry, customers going up to the registers and all that. What I would like to see is a whole thing where like I grab a thing, I go through here, I get stuck with what's it called? Asset protection equipment, like the little siren to go off and say, hey, there's a theft. And then if I bring it here, you'll see it immediately. I don't get to take it with me, so I think there should be like a risk reward of like stealing items, but if you get caught, you pay like a hefty fee. That may even put you in the negatives. Alright, so what do I need here? I need tube lamp. I think I needed that. Buy that. Tube lamp. And Asian depth paint. What? Did I get that right? Palette adhesives. Another bottle of water. I know one of them sort of empty. Got my bucket. Got my plastic powder. I need one more. And then I need the blue wave tiles. Blue wave. Look at this. Hiya. Fully. Okay. Oh, you don't told me to paint it. Okay. That's what I misread. Okay. A tube lamp on the window wall to the right of the bed. You should specify the master bedroom or something like that. For the longest time I had to play this game of could it be this bedroom? But you make it almost a riddle. place on the wall to the right of the bed. So this would be to the left, no matter how I had that. So alright, so this needs to go. Yep, okay. And then we're gonna need to. Yep, come on. Alright, so here's my problem. It's trying to connect the corner between the ceiling and the wall pieces. I just cannot. How do I? There's no way for me to connect it to the wall. So that's a problem. That needs to be fixed. So oh, let me just give a quick test. Ah, so it's connected, but it does not look like it is. The way you have that set up. You need to help have that snap a bit better. Like even the corners over here, they don't look like they're connected. There needs to be a snapping that brings us into those. Like over here, yeah, kinda, sorta. Yeah, it does look like it's lined up. Yeah. Yep. It's fine. It's fine. That's weird. Okay. Connected the Ligma lamp. Connected to the old one. It's over here. No. Derby. And connected to power. Ah. Don't throw me off. Hey. I have new Ligma lamp mounted in place of the old one. What is the old one? Oh, wait, no. It looks like one of those type of lights. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove this. Don't know why you fell on the floor, but okay. Fine. Hmm. That didn't count. Okay. I have no idea why I'm supposed to mount that one. Alright, so ocean depth paint. Oh, that's what it was. Okay. Okay, so and the wall above the bathtub. Okay. I wish I could like roll the mouse and cycle through items in my inventory. That'd be great. This guy. Alright, something that I would like to see, I did notice that I pulled a lot on the floor, but perhaps maybe grab the broom and I just like sweep up all the grout and the mortar and the adhesives and all that, so that way I can reuse it into the bucket. You could even add it as deleting because I'm collecting general dirt and trash and all that fun stuff, so the quality of it will go down as well. Yeah, so I've not actually played this many yet, so so I need to put up. So what is the instructions here? Hopefully we hold the knot down. Oh, okay, so you don't put it on the tile itself. Okay, that. This is fine. Although, if I'm going vertically, if I really say take this knife and go vertically, the groove should be going vertically. It's just small thing, not the worst in the world. Oh, I like that. Oh, I really like that. So if I want to put a pattern on it. Oh. Okay. Trash. Let me go buy 2 more boxes of those. Okay, I like that one. That's pretty good. I don't see an ocean depth. I see a deep sea. Hmm. I'm gonna buy this one because it's close by synonymous. It may be a translation error. Or rather, bleh, grammar. It is synonymous to deep ocean depth. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Okay. I was just about to ask if the plaster or the adhesive dries out over time. So let me try into cutting mode. Yep. Oh, I can't use fragments? I definitely should be able to pick those up and reuse them. Hmm. Why is it not triggering for me? Did you mean over here? Hmm. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. But it's definitely about the bathtub. Okay, so the next is the Ligma lamp. I don't know why that's not working. And then the last of it is... Oh. Oh no. Ah. Oh, that's what that is. Interesting. Hmm. So towards the end, I'm not able to complete these objectives as advertised. Not sure if it's a translation error, or they just simply haven't been added. If I kick the bucket over, I should lose my materials. It makes sense for the game. It's like, oh, okay. Then again, plaster and adhesive don't really pour out of the bucket like it would if it was extremely watered down. So yeah, they're fine. As long as you pick it up quickly. Oh, okay. Interesting. Alright, so you measure squares out, no problem. Simple. Alright. I wonder. Oh. Oh, interesting. If you want to continue adding plaster like you are, where it just continues to build up over time, you could theoretically over plaster and make these awful clumps of plaster just sticking out of the ceiling. I think it's almost there. And then you can use sandpaper to sand it down, almost like adding drywall or sanding down drywall for painting. So those are some ideas. But with that, I think I'm gonna call this mission as good as I'm gonna get it. And we'll finish the job. 35. And I'll do the survey in a minute, and I'll add this link. The survey. I believe I briefly saw a section for comments, so I'll put this link in the comment. So overall, great potential. I would enjoy it. I would got a few flaws. I expected it to. Maybe not so janky when I'm just casually walking through a room and just punt the shelf out of the way. I get it. You bump into something, you knock something down. Maybe the stuff on top, like the flower pots and whatever decorations they may have, yeah, sure, knock those over. But the heavier stuff, like the shelves and stuff, if I bump into it, should barely, like, turn it from 90 degrees to like 85 degrees. Much like when you struggle to pick up a couch or a table or something like that. So, overall, like I said, it got some good points. There's some aspects that you'd like that you can improve on. Like I wasn't a big fan of the plastering. The plastering needs to be faster, or like the painting minigame where you just have your plaster, you do a swipe and then it's filled. But you could also severely decrease the time that it takes for the adhesive on the plaster to run out. So where it would normally take like right now, where it would normally take like 10 seconds for you to plaster and just hold it there and it just fills up over, say, 10 seconds, you can do a single swipe and then you're already out of plaster. The wiring took me a long time to realize that, an embarrassing amount of time to realize that you don't necessarily need to have, according to what is there now, when you put a wire on the wall, at a junction in the wall, it doesn't have to connect. I was under the assumption that they had to connect, and they should connect. But the way you have it, there should be like a 3-inch gap, 3 inches, 3 inches, and it would still technically connect. Or if you want to be really wild, cut some corners. I also think that you should buy your own wires, so that way you can cut corners and spend the least amount of money on wire. So if you want to cut cost and do it quick, you can just hang an exposed wire from the ceiling to the floor to power an outlet. So, or something like that. So there's some ideas that you guys can do. The tile cutting is okay. Adhesing the wall, that was good. Didn't have a problem with that. I like the idea that when you pull a tile out of the box, it's not automatically 90 degrees like most games do. The human element of, do I have this 90 degrees or no? So if I really wanted to, I could have used the level to make a line to measure all the alignment, but that's not the spirit of this game. So yeah, I've already said it before, I would like the idea of trying to do shopping theft at the market, because we're all about cutting costs. Maybe you even do like a self-checkout area where you do what you start scanning some items and then you just move an item without scanning it into your take it outside cart. So it looks like you're scanning stuff, and the more you scan stuff, the less the employees look at you. So you can get away with the expensive thing while scanning the small things. I don't know, just some ideas. The painting, love the painting. The painting was great. I wish that you could paint over the improperly plastered walls, as you should be able to. Should also be able to paint over the exposed wires, the grouting and the plaster, everything. Everything should be paintable. So it's definitely a sweep it under the rug kind of deal. What else is there? I did like the little detail that you have when you were plastering and painting the wall, that it's like a big old mess piles up on the floor. Excellent job. You may want to work on your toward the last mission. There was some items that were just not triggering right. Like I painted the walls of a color of blue, but it wasn't the proper color blue, so it didn't trigger for the objective. I thought it was a translation error, but it was not. So I don't think there was that I could complete it based on what you have available for me. If that gets fixed in the final game, excellent. So if it was the case and I was buying where it said Ocean Deep and I bought Deep Sea or whatever it was, you may want to improve on the localization of English. So if that is the case, if you are natively Polish, trying to translate this in English, it's pretty good. Your translation's pretty good. Didn't really have a lot of typos. Your controls were pretty well explained. I would change a few things, mainly like when I was putting in the rugs, I was explaining how everything should be the same interact button, but you have it set to 2 different interactions. That way my hands are not all over the place trying to figure out how to unfold a rug. With that, I thank you for letting me try this out, and I look forward to seeing the final product.